Hi, everybody. Welcome to another Joe and Danny show in the morning, 8 o'clock in the morning, Friday mornings. It's 8 o'clock Eastern, where we're here to talk about life. I don't know, in general, anything, problems that come up, not necessarily. We're hoping that Danny is able to stay on through the whole show because tell him a little about it, Danny.
Well, first of all, Joe forgot to say good morning, everybody. First of all, Joe forgot to say October 17th. Okay,
I don't always say that.
2005.
I don't always say that.
So he knows when his video was made.
I
Yeah,
don't always say that.
internet problems. We had a guy here twice the other day and a couple of days ago, and he was claiming that my line underground, because my electric and everything goes underground, to the house, that the wire was bad. So he ran. He says it's temporary until Verizon bought Frontier Communications, and they're gonna go fiber optics. So until the spring, they put a line on my lawn. They ran a new line on the lawn to the house, and he got everything working fine. I gave the guy $10, because they were here for over 4 hours. Frontier work on this internet and phone. So
$10 for 4 hours work?
no, I give him a tip. No, he gets
Yeah,
paid. They get
$10, man, $50.
left here. I'm sorry, I gave him 10 because everything worked fine when he left here, and then the next day we started having problems again. The modem, the lights would turn red, like blink red and turn green, go red. And I tried to get on the internet last night, and I couldn't get on for shit. Even the phone was dead, and I need the phone because if Robert's not here, I don't have a cell phone. And I have a heart condition, kidney problems, spinal stenosis. I got mental illness. I'm really screwed up. You know what I mean? So anyway, we made an emergency call last night. Through Robin's phone because it's just a regular number. It's not internet Frontier. So they're supposed to come out today and solve the problem. But I woke up this morning and all the lights on the modem were green. So I turned the computer on. Everything was working fine. So you figure that one out. So
I can't.
anyway,
So far, well, don't know what to tell you. The luck is with you right now.
Joe, just don't jinx me, okay? Because you have a good.
I don't want to jinx anything. Otherwise, there's no Danny on the show. So
Anyway, good morning, everybody. Good morning.
hello, Mike.
Good morning. Good morning.
Hello, Elvin. Hello. How do you say this? Breege or Breege? Breege? Or should I say MM? Hello, MM. MM.
Marty.
What's going on? Mystery train. Yeah, exactly.
You know what? Yeah, I give him $10. I don't have to give him
That's
nothing.
why things went bad because you only gave $10, maybe.
No, that's being nice. Because most people from the cable company they don't get tips when they go to somebody's house. They don't get not even a glass of water. I offered him something to drink, but he said he got everything in the truck. He might have been afraid I was going to
I
poison him.
never drink. When I was a mailman, they offer you a drink. I said, "Get out of here!" And only if it was like in a bottle, like bottled water. I used to say, "Oh, no, thank you." I used to go, "No, I got it in the truck," which was true anyway because what's that?
That's what he said. I got drinks in the truck.
Good morning, everybody.
So I said I'm not going to poison you. So he started laughing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, well, you seem like that, like a little nutty. So he probably doesn't know.
Never
And
know.
but it makes me laugh in a way because I mean it's a nice gesture when you're out there in the heat delivering, you're delivering mail, and somebody says, "Oh, would you like a drink of water or something?" Even if it's in a bottle. But usually these days it was in bottled water, and I have it in it. I did have it in the truck. You couldn't deliver mail in this heat of dead of summer without having water in the truck. You wouldn't survive.
Let me ask you a question, okay? You're in a mail truck drinking water, and all of a sudden you got to take a piss. What do you do?
Well, you got to go somewhere to go. What are you talking about? It's more the other that is the question. But but still, yeah, you got to find it. I'm very lucky that the route that I had, the mail route that I had at least 2 places that were easy access to a restroom. There are some that have none. You're in the middle of nowhere, and it is nothing. And that's another story. James Farley, what's going on?
Morning, James.
There's a lot of mailmen, ex-mailmen in the VC. By the way, I'm not part of the VC anymore. VC stood for Vinyl Community. I mean, I always say, like, when I started my videos over on my Mean Mr. Mayo channel, the first thing I said was, "Hello, VC." I remember that was like I was happy to join the VC, the Vinyl Community, because it started out as a vinyl channel. Now I'm a YouTuber. I'm a YT. I'm a YouTube content creator. But still, as long as you do collect vinyl somewhat, you're still a member of the VC by sure, of course, yeah, why not?
I heard you're not supposed to tip anybody that works for the post office, mailmen. I heard no tips for Christmas. They're not allowed to receive tips.
Wait, hold on a minute. First, I'll get back to that. Don't let me forget that. I'm part of the BC, which is the Beetle community, according to Beetle Dave. Well, that I am. I'm part of the BC. But as far as this nonsense, do you never don't give me that crap. The post office, they sucked management. Okay, that's right. And if it wasn't for them, it could be a decent job. But anyway, and they tried. Who the hell? You know what gets me about it? Who are you to tell people what they can and can't give their mailman? And forget about us. I understand they want you to say, "Oh no, thank you. Oh no, thank you," and things like that. They don't want to have the reputation that you're taking the money. I get that. But how about off the clock? Like, there should be no reason why off the clock, like, for example, a guy couldn't say, "Hey, you know what? I'm going to give you a couple of bucks." It's up to them. It's not up to you.
We got a rural route, you know what I mean? On the side of the road, we got the mailbox. I live in the country, and I never give anything for Christmas to the mail person.
Do.
First of all, there's always different mail people; they're never the same.
I told my mailman $20.
Let me tell you something. I hope they did something to your mail. I hope so.
Wait a minute. This is the first that I heard from Robin that she gave something to the mail.
Give the mailman $20.
No. This is the reason. I'll tell you what. Okay. There sometimes they down the road say our number is 338. The mailman is blind. Sometimes we receive 388 mail. Okay, we always have to bring it down to them because the guy can't see. You know what I mean? He screws up the mail and vice versa.
I
don't give a shit. Not knowing that Robin.
Already 8 minutes into this, I'm calling you out again with your stupidity. You're telling me, mailman, you can't be blind to be a mailman. You're being a wise guy with that. The bottom line is, I'd like to see you. Everybody thinks they know what they're talking about when it comes to postal delivery. You'd be a mailman. You wouldn't survive. Let me tell you. And I'm not just talking about the weather, extreme weather. I'm talking about
Joe, I have to agree with you with that.
But
imagine the stress involved in being a mailman.
So anyway, now I'm finding out that Robert gives money to the mail person.
Well, you should.
Nah.
Look, I'm not the type, but I know of people that work as mailmen, and they will not. If they didn't get it, I don't care. But the thing is, like, they would. Let's put it this way. Look, I'm talking about things like, let's suppose, which would happen from time to time. Say you're expecting, not so much now because things are internet now,
right.
Automatic payments and things. But let's suppose you're expecting a Social Security check or something, a check or something. And sometimes what happens is when you deliver mail, it's sorted. A lot of it's sorted by machine or something. So like maybe you go a house or two down. Oh, there's Danny's check. I walked past his house or drove past his house, whatever it is. And the thing came up the next house. So I got to go back. The hell did that go? They're not going back. You'll wait tomorrow or whatever it is. If but if you're somebody that drops them a $20 or something a year or $10, whatever it is, they go, they make the effort to walk back. Okay. I'm not now me. You can believe me or not, I don't care. I never did that. That's just not my nature, you know. But you don't take that extra thing. There's also things where I would do things like, well, one thing I would do is, and this, I'll be honest with you, I did do this. Let's suppose you're delivering mail and you get up to this doorstep and there's a package that's already there from, say, UPS or FedEx, somebody else, and they leave it over the edge of the stoop and it's raining. It's getting rained on. I would take my foot while I have the mail and I would gently push it under the awning or somewhere safe so the rain wouldn't get it. If you don't tip me, I'm not going to do that. Let your package get wet from UPS. I'm talking about UPS or FedEx. I'm not going to sit there and make the edge. There's little things that you do. Why wouldn't you do it? You know what I mean? Why would you bother doing it?
Well, I was gonna one time, for Christmas, put $20 in an envelope, and I put it aside one day. And,
when did you ever?
And one day I says, "Hell no! I'm gonna spend the 20 myself. I'm not gonna give it to the mailman."
Because you're a cheap guy. Everybody knows that. You cheapskate.
Wait a minute. Cheap? Monday, my Shelby cost me $941. Okay,
that's ridiculous. No dog is worth $900,000. That's ridiculous.
No, not 900,000. $941.
900/1,000 is what I said. 900,000, or that's what I meant.
Yeah, she's got an enlarged heart. Okay, and we had all kinds of tests done for Shelby. Okay, because she suffers from anxiety. That's because she got friggin' Lyme's disease. She got Lyme's disease from those ticks. And I'm not joking. So she's on antibiotics for 28 days, dialoxacine, whatever it is, 100 milligrams, because she got Lyme's from those ticks. And you were complaining that I was cruel killing those ticks. They deserve everything they got, plus more. So anyway, she's not even done yet. She has to go for an ultrasound the 7th, and that's another 400.
Listen, it's a dog. Look, I had a dog, believe it or not. My stepfather, we had a dog, and the thing is, I love the dog. And I was sad when the dog died. But the thing is, now it's like a dog's a person to everybody. It's like, oh, my dog's got epilepsy. Oh, my dog got a heart murmur. Oh, my dog needs an ultrasound. Oh, my dog needs a colonoscopy. What the? It's ridiculous. It's a dog. I mean, stop it.
Well, unlike you, I love my animals. Okay?
Let this listen to you, too. I don't care. You spend all your money on animals and not people. You don't care about people. You care about
enjoyment.
No, that's true, Joe. That is very true, Joe. He'll put out $1,000 for the dog, but he won't buy me a piece of pizza.
No, I won't buy a pizza. No.
You heard it there. And look at this right here. See, enjoy it now. You can't take it with you. Look at this. Life is for living, not eating frozen bloody pizza. Take Robin out.
Oh, thank you, everybody.
But anyway, that's the story. It was a bad week, and she's not even done yet. I got $400 more. I know coming the 7th of next month because of another test, and then hopefully she's done. And then I got Lola. She has seizures. She's phenobarbital.
She's seizure. Poor epileptic. Go away. Anyway,
yeah.
Now US. We're done with this dog stuff. The U.S. mail carrier is mostly very good, but the Amazon delivery people often drop our packages on our neighbors' doorsteps. Now, two things. See, it's easy to defend. I'm the first one that makes rant videos of people making mistakes and stuff. I'm the first one. But the thing is, it's how frequent is it? People, if you, Eric, no offense to you, Eric, or Danny, or anybody, if you were a carrier of parcel stuff, mail, some kind of delivery stuff, you too will occasionally make an error. It happens. You got to really pay attention. But it depends on the frequency. How frequently does it happen?
Next door, my brother lives next door. Okay, and they were saying one time, their grandson was asking Linda, Did my belt come? Did my belt come? It was Amazon. No, no, you didn't get no deliveries. So he made a claim to Amazon that he never got it. Months later, Linda went in the back of the house and found this package. What was in there? This belt. Whoever delivered the package went to the back of the house instead of the front of the house to deliver the package. Unbelievable. Only in the
That's
United
another
States.
thing. I love the special instructions. Go to the back of the house, to make a left, go down the stairs, put it in your mailbox. You know what I mean? That's another
Well,
thing.
Robin,
Do you tip the mailman every year? Or do or you want me to go back to the house? You want me to go down the stairs? These are things
Rob,
like
we order dog food, canned food through Amazon. And Robert makes them come to the front door. You know, from the driveway to the front door, the distance, and going up all these steps with 5 cases of freaking dog food because all 5 cases are in a big box, and that's some heavy shit. Well, Robert knows.
you don't know what we go through. You have no idea what.
Talking
no
about the
idea.
mail service. Talking about the mail service, Robin's going to tell you a story. What happened to me the other day with the mailbox?
How about we get to this first? How about you acknowledge when I put a comment up? I've told you this a million times. How about you just wait and acknowledge when I have something up here? Somebody, somebody's waiting. Okay. Anyway, I know people like that. They're retired. They got no life, and they still go to union meetings. You're retired. What do you worry about the union for and postal meetings?
Because the union, you want to be updated with the union, especially if you get a pension.
There's nothing. I'm not even in the union. I decided to drop out of it when I retired. How am I in the union for? Yeah, people do this too. That's that's appreciated. But look, but you never know if you're going to poison anybody. You really don't know, especially these days.
Wait a minute, Robert's going to tell a story. What happened?
Oh yeah, we got to tell the story. Let me say hello to Mark Taylor first, okay? And of course, all he cares about is Robin. How is Robin? So
good morning,
Mark Taylor. Good morning. Go ahead, Robin. Tell the story.
No, Danny needs to tell this story because let me tell you something, Joe. We turn around and we go to leave our home. Okay, Danny has to check the mailbox first. Okay, see if there's any mail in there, which would have been a better thing to just leave, okay, and on our way back, pull up and check the mail. Okay, I'll hurry this story up because I know you do. And what is my husband? Thank you. So we're pulling, he's back in, pulling up and getting ready to pull away from our mailbox. What's my husband do? Okay, is nonchalantly. No, you tell the rest of the story.
You can't tell a story if your life depended on it.
No, I can't.
I was going down the driveway. I was going to Montgomery before they closed to drop off Shelby's urine and alcohol shit.
A urine sample. I need a urine sample from your dog, please. Can I collect that, Danny? I'd like to know how you collect. How did you collect the urine, Danny?
And they wanted.
No, Robin did, Joe.
They wanted cotton too. So anyway,
he wouldn't even do that part.
I said, we got to go before they close. You know. So I was going down at made a left, and what I do, I hit garbage cans and the person across the street's mailbox.
But it didn't end there, Joe. He says I didn't hit their mailbox all the way up the road. Yeah, he said I didn't hit their mailbox.
I was looking in my mirror. I says I didn't knock over the mailbox. It's on the phone. So I said, "Oh shit! I hope they didn't get no cameras outside because we're fleeing the scene." So.
And Danny did too. He's like, "Oh, if they don't know we hit it."
No.
Yes, you did say that. He said, "If they don't know we hit the mailbox, then we'll just let it be." So I'm like, "Wow, I can't live like that, guys. I don't know about anybody else out there." And yes, this is true. Very, very true, Joe. Okay, the man didn't want to tell our neighbors he hit their mailbox.
No. You're an awful human being. You know that? You really are.
No, on the way back, we stopped there.
No, you didn't.
On the way back, we stopped up there before we went to Guido.
I went up there.
Well,
you didn't even want to tell him.
That's not true.
It is true.
No, I would never do that. Don't listen to Rob. He's over-exaggerating the story.
You pooper head.
So anyway, the guy comes out. He's very nice. They're nice people. I says, "Look, I'll pay for the damages." But He fixed it. He fixed it. Nothing was
Well, why
really
did you do
seriously
that?
wrong.
Why did you hit the mailbox? Because you can't see.
I got lightheaded, and I took the turn coming out of my driveway too wide, and I put a scratch in my car from the friggin' door from the mailbox. You know, but
I mean, he really did knock it off. Like
no,
he just bent the whole mailbox.
I
Danny,
would have
you
never.
shouldn't have a driver. You shouldn't have a driver's license.
No, let's don't end there, Joe. What do you think happens the next day? We're backing out of the driveway, and he runs right into a table that's been sitting there for almost a year and a half.
They got this metal table, heavy table on my lawn. It's for a yard sale. I said, I have to go back next door to my brother's house. I ran into it twice backing up, and thankfully I didn't break the lens of my Toyota, because those lenses in the back are like $200-300. They're not $50, you know. So I said, you got to move this table.
Yeah, that happens. They deliver to another building. What do you think I'm dealing with? The same. You have this units, and you have the same.
Letter, that's true.
Number. Yeah, of course.
That box that was delivered to my house is staying in my house.
There's 2 things about Breach that I want to make clear. You know how I feel, Breach, about this. I'm giving you a chance to talk here, obviously. But the thing is, you always want to go for drama, and you always want to go for the negative. I believe me, that's not lost on me. But I'm not going to go there too much. And also, it's not going to be all Beatles here, you know. So that's one thing I have to make clear. This is not going to all be all, but I don't mind a little Beatles now and then, wearing my Beatles shirt. But
yeah, you got a few things
because you got problems, Breed. You know how I feel about that. I mean, you got to talk about how come Julia was somehow this great person, but Aunt Mimi was awful? What's that all about? Then you go, I see a clip of, you say Julia Lennon saying that John was the only genius. She's sadly mistaken. And and you know what? The cavern is not really the cavern. It's not the real location. What is everything so controversial, negative, ugly with you? What happened to you in life, man? Seriously. You see, I'm obviously giving you a platform, but I don't understand why you always go for that, man. It's really to be questioned, and I'm not the only one questioning it, by the way. Well, as I said, I give you an opportunity here to speak somewhat, but only up to a point.
Yeah.
Up till now, I haven't even heard you mention the Beatles until Breach brought them up. Yeah. Well, sure.
Oh, we have a concert tonight. You know, it's 17th. Remember, I told you on the 17th we have a concert at the Paramount tonight. See, I'm going to take my wife out.
Yeah, we are
going to see a cover band for ELO. You know, they do their music. I heard it on 101.5 WPDH on the radio.
Yeah, but how come you're able to go to that concert, but you can't go to, like see your favorite band, Oasis?
Amen. Say it, Joe.
Yeah. If you see how mobbed it was, it's very difficult, you know, going to the bathroom or walking. It's not easy. Paramount is very intimate, you know.
And we are going to bring the
I can't walk. You don't believe
today.
it, but I have a lot of problems. You don't know how lucky you are, Joe. You're able to walk, you know, with no problem. I walk in pain.
I took care of myself more than you.
I walk in pain, and it's a struggle. And the only way I feel comfortable is when I sit on the couch. I have no pains. It's wonderful.
I'm going to go see Joe, and we're going to go do lunch.
Oh, anytime, baby.
You can go see Joe. I'm going to go with you.
Yeah. I think I'm going to drive now. No, really. I think what is that mug? That's a new one. I haven't seen that.
This? Well, Danny.
Yeah.
Been using this forever.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I like it, Joe.
I don't know if everybody knows out there, but Ace Frehley died from
Yeah,
I was going to get around to that if you shut your mouth, but no, seriously, all kidding aside,
no, you know what? Joe, you know what causes death? Well, as a result of, he had a fall. He fell. I heard it in the news. He had a fall, and I don't know what happened from that point, but
be careful, Danny. And seriously, all kidding aside, I know you've been falling and stuff.
Yeah, I fell multiple times. I hurt my shoulders and stuff like that. You hit your head, it can kill you. You know.
I have a feeling you fell when you were a baby and hit your head or something. That's the only thing I can guess.
Yeah, right.
These two are so cool.
Yeah, baby.
Yeah, it's funny. It's funny. So let me tell you, Eric, you could bet your bottom dollar that's the reason he's not going to see Oasis. You could bet your bottom dollar.
$370 a ticket.
Yeah, that's a lot of it.
You know.
Yeah.
Cheap. You don't want to spend money.
No, I got other bills. I got my Shelby to take care of, Lola.
You're admitting it's the money.
No, I'm not.
Yeah, it is, Joe.
It's the hassle.
It really is.
It's the hassle to go.
Robin said it.
No, Robin, I think you should go in your room and watch something.
I can't watch nothing because I don't want to disturb yours and Joe's.
That's right. Well, so there you go. So she'll tell the truth about you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's not easy in this world today.
I mean, I spend money like it's going out of style, even when I don't have it. That's what I do. That's the way I live.
Yeah, it's the hassle of going to a big stadium like that, you know.
Joe, when we go out, are you going to pay for my pizza?
Oh, you better believe it.
Good morning, Penny Lane.
Oh, my Penny Lane's here.
I send my love to Penny Lane.
My lovey. She's a sweetheart.
She is.
Now, this we can definitely agree on. And by the way, they've been saying this not just now. See, he's over in Ireland and he's saying everything costs too much these days. We're saying it here in America. We've been saying it here in America for a lot of years, not just the last year.
Yo, wait till you buy your next car and see what that costs you.
I already, hey, you know, funny you should say that. I get a thing in the mail telling me that I can have an offer, exclusive offer for whatever. I don't know if it's a trade-in with my car now, but cute. It says you get $317 a month payments for 5 years, $317 a month. But then it says in little words, plus tax. So I'm guessing what's tax on 317? I don't know. Let's say $350 a month. Now we could do that. Get a new car, $350 a month for 5 years. Which you think about it, 5 years not that bad. I'd be 68. It's not like I'm going to be like, oh, I'm going to be 80 or something. But then again, we'd split it. If it's, let's say it was 350, let's say it's 400, which is insane. Around 350, 400. That's 200. 175 or 200 each we pay. My girlfriend pays 175, 200 I pay. That's not bad itself, but it's a lot of money. It's still a lot of money, $175, $200 a month.
Yeah.
Joe, just listen to me.
Say hi to him.
You don't need a new car at 73,000 miles.
It's 75 now, going on 76, but
for some reason you got this in your head. You know, cars are made to last longer than that. I got 168,000 miles on my car, and it runs like a top. We use it every day. I went to I travel with it every day. It goes everywhere without any problem. I have an Avalon Toyota. You know, 168,000 miles.
But again, you say that all the time. You don't drive that like I got to drive mine. You don't go all the way up to that classroom place that I got to go twice a week.
It doesn't matter. It's only an hour drive.
Yeah, it's
longer than it. Sometimes it's an hour 15.
Goes out of it because that car, you can get over 150,000 miles in that car.
Yeah,
he's buying a new car for nothing.
No, you aren't.
Hey. I didn't. I'm nuts. I didn't say that I'm buying a new car. Okay. At this point, okay, so take it easy. My last car, I think it was about 130,000, and it wasn't in bad. It wasn't bad, but I was getting a little nervous about it. So I got this car. I think 130,000.
Joe, this is a solution. I got solutions for everything. Okay, if you're worried about going to Maine or wherever, 6-hour drive.
That's another thing. At least once a year, I got to drive to Maine 6 hours and 6 hours back. And when we're up, hold on a minute. And when we're up in Maine, we got to do driving. We drive the whole time we're there.
Yeah. So this is what you do, okay? For that one particular time that you go to Maine, rent a car. Rent a car. You leave your car home, and if you're still worried about driving 6 hours, rent a friggin' car because you like to blow money. So you rent a car for a couple of days.
I like to live life, Danny. I like to live life. You're just a lazy lump that sits on that couch and does nothing all day or night. And
Oh
the
yes,
most
it
you
was.
do is go out and ride your stupid lawnmower once in a blue moon. And from what I hear, I wouldn't want you if you were my neighbor driving that lawnmower and sitting around there plowing down my mailbox and my rose garden.
Oh, I almost crashed with that
Oh,
lawnmower
Lord.
already. Oh, a few times I almost crashed.
Did you really?
Yeah, that my John Deere caught fire one year. Son of a bitch caught on fire.
Could you imagine?
I was mowing the grass, this time of year with all the leaves. So
Yeah.
so as I was going with the tractor, the leaves were building up in the front of the tractor, and the exhaust is in the front, right, and it caught the shit on fire. Yeah, unbelievable. Only happens to me.
I hear that. Well,
Good
let's say
morning,
hello to
Alan.
Alan C Records. Yeah, Ace Frehley of Kiss. It's funny. I used to call him, like a lot of people call him, Ace Frehley. And Tom Hagnotti told me it's not, he's a Kiss fan. He goes, not Ace Frehley, it's Ace Frehley.
Really?
Meanwhile, I know you might be listening, Tom, too, out there. Meanwhile, this guy, Tom, he's always saying things wrong, mispronouncing things. The other day we did a show and he kept saying phenomenon. Somebody is phenomenon instead of feminine. He kept saying phenomenon. Come on.
Yeah. But he also said he had a few drinks. So
all right, that's
true.
true.
Can I ask a question? What is Eric talking about? 28 IF.
Well, I'm trying not to play into that too much because they're talking about the Paul is dead silliness. That Paul McCartney died and the Beatles gave clues, and one of them they say is, a license plate on one of the albums says a car license plate seen on Abbey Road says 28 if, meaning that if Paul was alive today, he'd be 28 if alive, if he lived.
Thank you.
Well, actually, Paul was really 27, so that's not a clue. So.
No, I get it.
It's stuff like that.
Yeah.
So he would have been part of the 27 club.
Yes, Eric, I know you mentioned it, but I'm not playing into it here. Out of this channel.
No,
Cheers.
Talking about.
I have a little tea. I'm trying to say my line. I said it once before. How sweet it is
to be loved by you.
You don't know the half of it.
Joe, so what's up, Joe? I haven't talked to you in a while.
No, talk to me. You talk to you on the phone and bust my chops. No, seriously, we haven't talked that much this week.
Oh, the other day I lost connection.
Oh, please.
I lost
connection.
He knows. So I never called back.
I didn't call you back either, Dan. I looked at it as a blessing.
Oh, shoot. He's killing me today.
So, yeah, a lot of shit.
Last night I went to a double feature to see Frankenstein and the Bride of Frankenstein. Double feature. Yes, Daddy. I've seen them a million times. Yes, Daddy. I have them on, on my own Blu-rays at home. Yes, Danny. And still on a big screen, it was great. Except one woman was talking and laughing during the first Frankenstein. I turned around and said, "Would you please not talk during the whole movie?" And only the first movie.
You know what? I've done that.
Yeah, I seen a video. You made a video about the loss of Ace.
And I'm waiting for some idiot to say, "Oh, the theater was empty." Because I was, first of all, when I made that video, everybody hadn't filed in yet. They all had their tickets in advance. And when you have your tickets in advance, nobody go there. I sit there a half hour early to get the seat I want. So nobody was there. But meanwhile, in the back of me, there's a lot of empty seats. But if I turn the camera the other way, the other side was full,
Uh-huh.
I'm just jumping the gun here to take care of people,
So you have those movies at home?
And by the way, Eric, I know you didn't bring it up. I understand. It's okay. Wait a minute. What'd you just ask me?
Do you have those movies at home?
Did you not listen when I made it clear? I think a couple of times I said, "Yes, Danny, I know I have the movies at home."
Oh, okay. Okay.
I said that, Danny. Yeah, your mind somewhere else, I'll say.
So why are you going to the movies to see it?
I'd explain that to you. Nothing like seeing it on the big screen. Even Robert S., who I went to, said it was great on the big screen.
All right.
Absolutely, Eric. It was great. I mean, I've seen only thing gets me is that I've seen Frankenstein and Bride of Frankenstein as a double bill on a big screen before. What they do is they only show the classics, the ones that are considered the best. They won't show you the rest of them. They won't show you the Son of Frankenstein in the theater. They won't show you the Ghost of Frankenstein in the theater. Frankenstein meets the Wolfman. Even though I did see Frankenstein meets the Wolfman on the big screen in the city a long time ago in the 90s, I think. You know, they won't show you House of Frankenstein. They won't do that. You know, I already mentioned he's got the movies at home, right, Danny? I mentioned it. I've got all Laurel and Hardy movies available, but I would be glad to see some of their films in the theater. Yeah, and that theater, the Gap Theater, that I can't. It's 3 hours drive for me. Shows everything. Laurel and Hardy, everything.
I don't like Laurel and Hardy.
I know you got problems. You got problems. This guy's old, and he doesn't like anything that's old.
No, I don't like. I like Abbott and Costello.
Okay.
But Laurel and Hardy, nah. It's stupid comedy to me.
Well, that's you see again. I swear, folks, you don't understand. I start every one of these live streams and I say I'm not going to be disrespectful to Danny. I'm not going to call him stupid or anything like that. But he just got done saying he likes the Three Stooges, but he can't stand stupid comedy. You don't get any more stupid than the Three Stooges, which is why I love them. I like the stupidity.
It's the way the characters are played. I don't know. The guy, the skinny guy, he's always crying and stuff like that, shit like that. You know,
skinny guy, Stan Laurel, the genius.
Yeah, that guy.
And not only that, by the way, he's not always crying. See, that's another thing. He does that. That's part of the shtick. But that's not all he does. You know, Yoko Ono always screams in the song. No, she does not.
Yeah, I don't like it. Not even that Odd Couple clip that you sent me. You know, that shit.
You didn't think that was hilarious. I think it's too sophisticated for you. You don't think that's hilarious? That's not stupid either. That clip.
I watched half of it. I tell you the truth. I had to shut it off.
Because you're. I'm gonna do it, Danny. I'll wait a little bit. I'm sure there'll be more time for you to be even more stupid as we go on. No, I will say that comedy is something that is totally subjective. What makes one person tickles their funny bone is different from another person. But
I can't get into a lot of old movies. They're very old, dingy. It's the atmosphere.
Old and dingy. What a moron! Here, I got to say it again. First of all, they're not dingy looking. Okay, they're glorious black and white, and a lot of them are restored, looking beautiful, crisp. But anyway, I don't believe me. I don't think Danny watched the later Fox films. I think he's talking about the classic early, the real ones, the Laurel and Hardys.
No, I don't watch. I don't like them. They're on every Saturday. They're on. I can watch.
I'm asking you again. We got negative old Breach here. Breach, why don't you go to a psychiatrist, man? I mean, really, try to figure out why it is that you're so negative about everything. And that's coming from a person like me, who admittedly can be quite pessimistic at times and negative. You know that. But all you do is just, I don't know, say negative things, look for drama. I got your number. Come on, man. And you probably say, why are you attacking me here? You want to, I'm not. I'm just trying to tell you, get some help, man. Just, sometimes you offer things here that are decent. We've been through this before I'll give you an example here. I'm all for people enjoying Paul live. Hope he performs till he drops. But when they say his voice is good, who are they kidding? Do they think we don't have ears or a brains? He's just looking for confrontation, negativity, starting fights. That's all he wants to do, And I agree with you. I've said the same thing. But I'll also tell you that, from my Beatles videos, I'm the first one that'll call out when Paul McCartney's voice sounds like shit. I've said a few times, I think that vocally he should stick to the studio and stop and save what's left of his voice, if anything, to go studio instead of live. Right. However, there are times when I see him and I think, even though he doesn't sing good, you have to experience it for yourself. You have to experience it for yourself. When you're there and you got the crowd and you got the rest of the band singing with him, it's a moment that you don't care. You don't even care. It's just, you don't care that he's not singing perfect on key. It's just the excitement of it. I don't know what else to say, man. I don't know what else to tell you. Back when they showed Laurel and Hardy films on TV in the 70s, they used really bad quality pits, all contrasty and scratchy. Exactly. But he don't know. Danny just doesn't like black and white. He's like, he has no attention span.
It's not the black and white. It's that I don't like the two characters.
You said that, by the way.
I don't like the two characters. It's silly comedy. You know, there's some of the shit that they do. You
It's
know,
silly comedy. It's more silly with the Stooges, so that doesn't work.
give
But
me give me the King of Queens.
yeah, I like the King of Queens too, but that's got nothing to do with it.
But it's too early stuff. And then a lot of those old movies, everybody's dead. You know, that comes in my mind. You know, oh shit, everybody's dead in this film. You know?
Yes, it's the overall experience of knowing that it's Paul up there on the stage. He puts on a great show. He does.
People that go to his concerts, they know his voice is kind of shot, you know, but they don't care about that.
Yeah, I always like For You Blue also. But it's not one of my favorites, but I like it. This is all baloney. And this is funny. Mystery Train, you're an Elvis fan and you're saying this. Taylor Swift passed Elvis in the number of #1 UK albums. Well, you got to count up the amount of years. And maybe I'm wrong about this. I don't know. Maybe it's legitimate. You have to, as I always say, it's such baloney when we do this because the way they calculate #1s today and the way they calculate hits are different from how they did when Elvis and the Beatles were doing it. And in the case of the Beatles, every time people tell me so-and-so passed the Beatles, ha, 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 I always say, well, you got to remember, the Beatles only recorded for 7 years, and they had the most #1s. So if the Beatles had recorded for 25 years or something like that, they would have way more than Taylor Swift, way more than, because they only got 7 years to do it, All right, Eric, thanks a lot.
Oh, take care, Eric Cleveland.
Now, see, I'm going to highlight this negative comment because it's just not true. It's just not true at all. There's evidence in Get Back. He's spending more time, John, than anybody else. He's helping George with All Things Must Pass. He's trying to talk about that line when George says, a mind can blow those clouds away, or something like that. He says, it should be my mind. My mind can blow it, something like that. George has a lyric. I don't think it was even the mind at the time. He said, this something can blow the clouds away. John said, should be my mind can blow the clouds away. And George, George used that. Then you later see him working on something with George, and John's taking all the time to help George with the lines. Just think of the words like cauliflower and all this. He's saying all this kind of stuff. Think whatever words come up that sound right. He's trying to help him with the song. So that's not true at all. Even for sales ranking, millions more people bought albums in the 60s and 70s than people buy now. All right. Looking forward to hearing from you anytime, Eric. Thanks.
Hi, Eric.
Quadrophenia is the album I'm currently playing to death.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, Paul distances himself from Kanye. It's funny how Paul attached himself to Kanye when it was like a way to get popularity and get noticed and get in the spotlight again, working with Kanye West. Then when he found out that Kanye West was getting political and he was going to, over to the right side, Paul wanted nothing to do with Kanye anymore. It's just, Paul will do whatever is popular. And that's why I like John, but that's one of the reasons. John just does what he wants to do. He hung around with people, Lord knows, back in the day, who are very unpopular politically, very, very unpopular. Yet he hung with them. Hello, David. Thank you so much. I feel bad when poor David here has got to keep giving his. I appreciate it, David, anytime, but how about somebody else carry it a little bit? They won't. I say it, but I know they won't. But it'll be nice. Be nice. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you for Joe.
I always feel sorry for David always being one of the ones. There's a lot of people that are very generous and everything. I got to be honest with you, I still feel bad that when Danny and I do this show here, a lot of people that used to be on the Joe and Danny show used to show up every morning when we did it. aren't here anymore because I still think they don't know. They're watching my main channel, me and Mr. Mayo, but they don't know that I'm here. No matter, even though I advertise it over there sometimes. Yeah, it may be his biggest blunder, Paul, collaborating with Kanye. Didn't even get a good song out of it.
There's I don't know. I think he was hip hop. The guy was called D'Angelo. He was. I don't listen to that kind of music,
Who
but he was
cares?
very popular. He passed away the other day from pancreatic cancer. He's known out there. Very popular. D'Angelo. I'm pretty sure it's hip hop. You know.
Hello, what's up? Elliot Mintz was at the listening party. Yes, indeed. Yes, I saw a clip of that.
You seen him, Joe?
No, that was in L.A.
Yeah, right. Where Wax went. Yeah, because that guy Elliot Mintz, he's a great speaker. He's very chilled out. You can go to sleep listening to him.
Yeah, I know. He talks very slow and very
Yeah,
long.
I
Yeah.
watched. I watched a thing on YouTube about Laurel Canyon, California, way back. When they had the mamas and papas up there. They had Frank Zappa up there. They even had monkeys, all kinds of people. What's his name? Jim Morrison from the Doors, and they were up in Laurel Canyon where they created all this great music. And an interview with somebody, and that guy he was there too. Elliot. In fact, he had two places up there, and he was very young. And the guy was very interesting. The way he told the story. About
Well,
those
he
days.
he was friendly with John Lennon, very friendly with
Yeah,
friendly.
yeah, yeah. He was a spokesperson for the Lennons. Yeah, and many other. He mentioned many others. That he worked for. That guy is very interesting. I can listen to him talk for hours.
You put me right to sleep. I mean, the guy's interesting. He's got interesting stories, but his speaking style is really sleepy.
He thinks before he talks. He listens very well, and he thinks before he opens his mouth. The way he's going to say things. But guy's very interesting. You got to admit it.
I'm sorry, I don't have to admit anything. It's a matter of opinion whether we find something interesting. It's not a fact. And the
Well,
other
shut up,
thing
Joe.
is,
Tell your
I'm
opinion.
sorry,
Yes.
David. I'm sorry, David. I was going to mention this. I was going to respond to this, but he doesn't stop. He keeps going on and on and on. So anyway, how are you doing, my friends? I'm doing pretty good. We all got things, but I'm glad you're getting along okay. It's at least we can be happy for that. I know you had some problems.
Yeah, I got my health problems, but I'm doing pretty good. I hope you're doing pretty good too, David. Way it goes.
John sings more on the Utopian national anthem than Paul does on the song with Kanye, 4 or 5 seconds. In other words, what he's saying is the Utopian national anthem is silence. Just silence. That's the whole song. And Paul, he sings more than Paul does with Kanye. I get it.
Hello, Cherry Carter. I don't think I said hello. I just went with that Elliot Mintz thing
It was John was cremated.
there.
Do you want me to scramble you an egg for later?
Yeah.
Scramble your own egg, Danny. Do something around here. Make her eggs.
The concert's at 8:00, and it's casual dressing, so I'm gonna go in pink.
John was cremated. I think some people say his ashes are in Central Park. Some people say they were dumped in the ocean in Japan. I don't know what's true. They don't want to tell you, but
None of your damn business.
because I seen a couple things. It was a guy from Run.
Well, I find blood from the mummy's tomb from Hammer kind of boring. It's not one of my favorites from them. Danny was talking though. I think. Hold on.
Debbie sends her love.
What I do, Danny? Cut you off?
It's hard to bury famous people today because an example was Ronnie Van Zant from Leonard Skinner. He was buried in Jacksonville, Florida, and his grave was disturbed. and I'm sure there's other people. You know, there's a lot of sick people out there. You know, and so they had to move Ronnie Van Zant. You know, yeah, it's there's sick people out there that like to play with graves. You know, dig people up, steal jewelry, whatever. You know, those people are going to hell for sure.
I don't think there's a lot of people that do that.
No, I don't think there's a lot of people that do it. There's people that do it though. Grave diggers.
Danny, stop playing with your chest, will you?
I'm not playing. I got heartburn.
Yeah, you got heartburn, right?
Yeah, I got heartburn from you.
Yeah, sure. What's up? So I see more people come here when we get closer to this hour, 9 a.m.
Yeah, it's kind of early in the morning. You know, I like to be sleeping right now. Let's see. 9 o'clock now. I won't be
You're up all the time. Come on.
Yeah,
With me, I mean, I got up at like just a little before 4 o'clock, and of course I'm sleeping in the living room again, where the TV's on all night, and I was watching a little bit of Cannon, the detective show Cannon, which was actually interesting. And then after that was Barnaby Jones. I'm going to tell you something. That Lee Merriweather was freaking beautiful. She is gorgeous. What a pretty face.
Yeah. I never watched those shows like Matlock and Barnaby Jones. All those Quantum Leap. I never watched none of that shit. Yeah.
What does Quantum Leap have to do with it? Quantum Leap has nothing to do with those. You're naming like cop and detective shows, and you come up with Quantum Leap.
I was just saying those shows in general. You know.
Well, if you're going to name any genre, you could name shows forever, right?
I don't like TV. I don't like it. Like we watched FBI yesterday because there's no internet. The internet went out. You know. FBI.
This is also not true, but this is also not true. Paul said many times. See, you think you know a lot of things, Breach? I'll teach you some things. Paul, in many interviews, has said, but I could understand now, why they would think he would favor me, the Eastmans. He says that now. Back then, he didn't really care, but he acknowledges it now. Just telling you, stick with me, Marty. I'll help you. I'll help you learn things. Anyway, hey, at least I got a beautiful sunny day out there today. Oh, I love sun. And it's so freaking cold out there. It sucks, man. I made a rant video yesterday, short, about 30 seconds. I didn't use it. I go out into the car. I'm freezing my gonads off. And then I'm like, this sucks. And it was only 50 degrees. That's all. It wasn't 25 degrees. It wasn't 10 degrees. It wasn't -5. It was only 50 degrees. And I'm like, this sucks. I like to go out like this, T-shirt weather. That's what I like. No. And yeah, I'll tell you another example. Like last night, as you might have seen, if you watch my Mean Mr. Mayo channel, I did my slight tribute to Ace Frehley of Kiss from the movie theater. And I'm wearing a Frankenstein shirt. But, nobody could see it. Why? Because you got to wear a coat over it or a jacket and zip it up. So nobody's even seeing it. You wear a T-shirt in the fall or the winter, it's covered by a coat or a jacket.
That video was only 1 minute and 45 seconds. You should be ashamed.
Yeah, that's right. What do you want me to say? I got nothing to say. I gave you what I should have also. One thing I thought afterwards that I could have said, it was a little awkward making a video in the theater, but I could have said the story when you watch the clip of Ace and Paul Stanley, well, Kiss in general, all Kiss were on the Tom Snyder show in the 70s. It's a famous clip. And Ace Frehley is like laughing and goofing off. And he's a lot of fun. And he was a wild, zany guy. But Gene Simmons getting pissed because he wants serious. He wants them to, you're fucking up this thing. You're goofing around too much. Will you be serious? And he's like really getting pissed. If you ever saw that, you got to see it.
Yeah,
Gene Simmons is boiling.
Yeah, Doc shows that clip every once. He used to show that clip.
And I agree with Gene. I agree with Gene. I would have been there like, you keep this professional and keep this serious. Stop screwing around. That's how I am. But I have fun too.
Now we lost 2 members of Kiss. Everett Carr and Ace.
Don't tell me you knew his mother. Don't tell me you talked to his mother.
Oh, Connie, yeah. That was a nice experience I had.
I'm going to pick up a box of fluffy from Linda that he kept me. I don't like
Yeah, there was a. I didn't see the Quantum Leap episode about John Lennon. Now we got Jim here.
Hi, Jim.
Oh, I love Quadrum.
Yeah. Robin likes those shows. Yeah,
Oh, yes, I
yeah.
do.
I ain't get the patience. In the '80s, to me, in the '80s, all MTV. I had MTV on constant, or playing my
Yeah,
music.
MTV was great from '81 to like '80. Well, a while, 86, 87.
Like Who's the Boss and all those shows. I never watched them. I was always music, always music. And then when I got the internet, 2012, I started going on, and I had to watch Joe for 12 years.
Well, he could. That's how we got to do this show, because it could happen to you too, folks out there. You too could be a guest on my show, or a regular, because Danny started out just as a fan of the show, right? Danny, you just started watching my channel.
Yeah, someday I'm gonna have the nerve to have my own channel.
I know I am.
And I'm gonna have millions of subs. Look at this. I want to show you something. What does my wife do? She comes over and she brings me Tootsie Rolls.
You know why? She brings him Tootsie Rolls. Now that knowing that he's got diabetes. By the way, let's see your diabetes count.
I didn't ask for him.
No, because she wants to kill you.
Come over here and threw down Tootsie Rolls.
I did, guys.
Look at that.
She's trying to kill him.
I heard her one day. I heard her one day in the other room. She was in the other room. She was talking to some kind of life insurance company, and she upped my life insurance. I heard 500,000
$20,000
to 750,000. So there's a big increase, you know.
I need a lot of money to take care of Joe.
And later, okay. Later on, she's going to show you the big trays of rice pudding that she made, that she passed to my brother.
I told you she's trying to get rid of this guy, and I told you to get his money. And then, by the way, I want to say hold on. When this thing about Danny being, hold on. Oh, he's eating. Look at this idiot.
Yeah.
Anyway,
sure.
When you ask, was Danny a Mayo maniac? Let me explain. Yes, he was, I believe. And here's the thing. One day, look at this guy. He's eating chocolate. He's eating Tootsie Roll. They're bad for your teeth. They'll take your fillings out. Anyway, so one day I'm at the record store many, many years ago now, and I get an envelope. Look, get the dog off the screen. I'm nuts. I like Shelby. That's Shelby. I like Shelby. Hello, Shelby. Anyway, all right. I like Shelby. I take it back. However, let me tell the damn story already, will you? Okay. So anyway, again, I'm at the record store. I get an envelope from Danny Ambrosi. This is a guy that he says, "Oh, I'm a fan of you." And I know who he was. I think I remember his name. And he sends me this picture of him and his hot wife. And I'm thinking, wow, she's hot. I'm thinking, I can't say that to him, not like that. Now Robin's gone, right? She don't hear that. I'm not gonna hear. Why? Because is she there? Because you're too damn busy talking and everything when I'm trying to tell the story like 5 minutes earlier. I wanted to do it.
Robin?
No, I told the story. I'm not going to say it again. When you play it back, it's almost an hour through. It's like 58 minutes.
Joel says you're hot. The picture I sent.
The whole story. Tell the story about when you sent the picture.
Okay,
you two.
I'm listening, guys.
Yeah, sorry. Remember I sent you a picture of me and you?
Yeah.
We look like Bonnie and Clyde.
No.
And I sent this to Joe with a note. I says, I just want you to know that I'm not a troll. I don't think I use that. I don't know if I use that word troll.
Yeah.
I don't know what possessed me to say that in the note, But I never thought.
Anyway, so I saw the picture and I thought, wow, this is what Danny looks like. I said, he's a little goofy looking. I said, but I got to say that his wife is nice looking. That's what I thought.
Thank you, Joe.
That's very
sweet.
So continue. Look at this guy. He's eating chocolate. He's got diabetes. This guy. He's a diabetic. You know what he does? Then he'll take insulin. Well, I eat all the time. I better take insulin to take your sugar down a bit.
Yeah.
How long are we going to see the reading of this? When are we going to see the result on it?
My reading?
Other finger.
I can't do the other finger.
Good morning, by the way, Robert P. Good morning to you. I'll go higher than that. That's
What's
not
on
too
my
big.
what's on my finger is phenobarbital with peanut butter for Lola. Lola's leaving. Lola has to take her medicine now.
Lola's a mean, nasty dog.
No, I put her medicine. I put her medicine
like
on
stuck your finger up your ass. What the hell is that? What'd you find there? A dingleberry or something?
That prevents Lola from having seizures. It's a miracle drug, and this is also given to humans that suffer from.
All right, I'm gonna take some questions now, okay? Because you're really like taking us away from the people.
Come on, Lola.
Let me do this. All right. Anyway, okay, the Tom Snyder clip where he says to Ace, "So you're like a spaceman, the guitarist," and Ace says, "Actually, I'm a plumber." Is great. Gene is a curmudgeon. Well, some of the stuff Ace did was funny, but I understand. You're there to be serious. I get it. Yeah, you see, he agrees about Tootsie Rolls, and in fact, even the fact that they're garbage, but that kind of like consistency, how like that like hard taffy kind of candy is bad for your teeth, Danny.
No. Yeah. They're known to pull fillings out. Even caramel. Two things you gotta watch: Tootsie Rolls and caramel. They can suck fillings out.
I know. So you saw the doctor, and it was A1C. Your A1C was 6.2. Okay, it's not that okay, but it could be better. Absolutely. And the thing is, when I went to here's the thing. I went to the doctor. My A1C was 6.3, this is a while ago, not the last time. And it was originally 6.3, which is close, very close. They don't want 6.5. They don't want. So then, I ate better. I got rid of the sugar and the carbs, and then I went back and I was 5.9. Now I'm supposed to see the doctor for another blood test in a few weeks, 3 weeks, I think, something like that. And I'm telling you, because as I admitted, I ate all kinds of sugar and crap the last 3 months. You can bet I'm back up to 6 point something. You want to know about, have I seen a hammer? I never saw She. There's one called The Vengeance of She, and they got the very gorgeous Ursula Andress in there. She's beautiful.
Oh, good morning, Robert Page. Yeah, when you have it checked, it's going to be about an 8.
Could be. I think I made it this time. I think I'm there.
Oh yeah,
I ate enough sugar since I went off the diet in August. Between August, September, and the first half of October, I ate enough sugar. Yeah, definitely. Yep. Retired 3.5 years now. All is good. Look at this stupid dog.
Actually,
not realizing that he's getting medication.
No. Lola took the medication. That's the leftover peanut butter.
Yeah.
Dogs. If you got a dog and you have to give medicine, peanut butter works wonders. There ain't a dog in this world that don't like peanut butter.
Let's see. What else do we have? More negativity from the transparent one. What else would you expect?
Transparent one.
These are people that
It must be afternoon. It must be afternoon over there where they are. Of course.
It's a fair question though. He asked, do you think that Beatley Tone made a difference with the Anthology 4 being now separate? Like, because he made a video complaining to Apple about the fact that the only way you could get Anthology 4 was together, but then he made another video saying we did it. But you notice, in fairness, he said we did it, not I did it. He didn't say I did it. He said we did it. And I really don't know about that. But I do think not Beatley Tone exclusively alone.
Okay.
Shut up.
He has to go out.
Freaking dog. But I don't think it's just Beatley Tone. No, I think it's everybody made enough of a noise. They knew that they were not happy with this. There was a big stink among the entire Beatle community. Now, some people think that they had it planned all along, that they were always going to change it and make it a single separate thing. I don't know about that. If they were going to do that, I don't think they would do it for a year or so. I don't think they would. I don't think they would announce it that you have to buy it together and then like a month later, whatever it was, only 1 month later, change it. They would have done that a year later. Most of us are dating or married up. Lord is good. I'll give you that. Okay. Transparent One says the movie Vengeance of She is dreadful. Well, I think you're right, because everybody I've ever heard of says it's dreadful. But in all fairness, you say everything's dreadful because that's just your style. So who knows? That's the thing. When you're a person who says everything is great, you don't believe them sometimes. When you're a person that says everything sucks, you don't believe them either. So it goes both ways. Oh, yes. Yeah, the thing about the Phantom of the Opera from Hammer in 1962, I think it's okay. But the problem I have with it is that he's a sympathetic, you feel sorry for me kind of thing. I mean, I guess in the original Lon Chaney silent one, there's a little of that too. But he's kind of a wimp. He's kind of a wimpy Phantom. I don't know. Cheers. I gotta say, I've always thought Heather Sears was an unattractive woman. Sorry. I never thought Heather Sears was good looking. She's the starlet of, or whatever, the heroine of the 1962 Phantom of the Opera with my Hammer. I also should mention, when you ask, did the Phantom's mask inspire your costume? You're asking the Transparent One. He doesn't wear a costume anymore. You really, let's face it, you've cheaped out. I remember back in the early days, you used to wear a costume. Now you don't even do that. I'm whispering like nobody knows what that's. That's music from the Munsters. So Munsters, whenever Herman Munster is involved in something athletic, whether he's playing baseball or basketball, you got that little tune, and I love it. It's stuck in my head because Doc Dacus actually presented me with a Munsters soundtrack CD, and all the incidental music is in there. Come on, Munster, let's see if you can shoot a few baskets. Yep, I'm really into this Munsters incidental music. Yeah. Now, the main thing I have to, wait a minute, 3 months. Exactly. Where did he say that? Yeah, A1C is usually a 3-month picture. Your sugar, that's right. That's why I say when I get my sugar taken in November, August, September, and October are hideous. Were hideous. So, by the way, you got to understand, I do have to keep my eye on it. I hope you guys will understand. The Transparent guy and also the others. If especially the transparent guy. If it looks like people are not commenting because they don't want to comment with you guys on here, it's got to go. It's that simple. I don't know if that's the case here, but I don't mind sharing it with you on this channel only. But you know, we'll see how it goes. You got to understand, you know, my hands are tied here, you know. Well, yeah, that should have been pretty obvious. It's the Invisible Man, Claude Rains' Invisible Man. That should be obvious. Da 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 da. Is Danny there? Or is that my voice echo? Somebody's there because I saw it moving. Which dog is that back there?
Baby.
No, you're just saying that because it's really.
That's baby. That's baby.
Yeah, it's Baby. I like Baby. Baby's nice.
Yeah, Baby's a good dog. You don't bother nobody.
Baby's nice, and so Shelby.
Richard James, I love you. Richard James, I love you.
Richard James? I didn't see Richard James. Did I miss him?
No, I seen it. I don't know. You must pass it by. Anyway, we need some comments.
Well, yeah, we'll wait for. We need other comments.
Yeah, we need comments.
Da, 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 da. Da, 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 da.
You're talking about the monsters. You know, I like the episode where he hits the baseball and it goes like 10 blocks.
Yeah, that's the music. Dun, da, 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 da.
And it hits this guy in the head, and they have to find out who hit the ball. You know,
Leo DeRocha.
and then the one where he plays basketball and stuff like that.
My lady friend saw you at the Frankenstein screening last night. I told her to say Richard James said hi, but she was too shy. Oh, come on! If that's true, she should have said hello. I like people saying hello.
So, Joe, you know, maybe not too many people commenting because they're tired of hearing about your neck. You know what I mean?
I haven't said a single word about my neck, you dope, the whole freaking time, and my neck's not bothering me. So there you go.
Very good.
You said more about your crappy health than I said anything today.
Not good.
Moths do not scare me at all, but they annoy me. Roddy McDowell was great. Yeah, I'm glad I had the opportunity to meet him. One of the highlights of my, you know, fandom life.
Yeah, he was in an episode of Night Gallery. It's called The Cemetery. It's a great episode from Night Gallery, you know, with Roddy.
Yeah, he did a couple episodes, more than one, I think.
Yeah. Well, I haven't watched the whole thing.
Yeah, it's really good music. I wish I could play that without a copyright problem.
Yeah, you might get nailed.
Well, that's the thing. Roddy McDowell, the Fright Night thing is way at the later in his career, you know. But he's still great. He's great in Fright Night.
Yeah, that was a good movie. They had Young Frankenstein on the other day.
I'm tired of Young Frankenstein.
And I think they're gonna have it on. I think tomorrow or
it's gonna be on Svengoolie tonight. I think, and I really don't. You know, I'm fed up with that. I saw it a bunch of times. I'm done with it. Just my own opinion of it. You know, my tea is getting lukewarm.
Yeah, my wife got a whole bunch of Halloween stuff from somebody around the corner. You know, she got these scarecrows and things like that to put on the property, you know. And she put the 2 scarecrows down at the end of the fence there, you know. And you had to see my dogs when she first put them there. They wouldn't go close to the fence. They were going crazy because these 2 scarecrows. They thought they were real people. You know what I mean? and then you kind of figured out that they're not moving, you know, they're not real or whatever, and then they stopped. It was funny shit.
Sure. And I've not seen Fright Night 2.
No, I haven't seen it.
But I did like Fright Night.
There's nothing like a good slasher.
That's because you're simple. You're a simple man. You can't get into like heavy, like plotted movies, right? You just want a guy going around with an axe. That's enough for you.
Yeah,
you know?
it's perfect. You know, I'm not crazy about science fiction. You know, no zombie movies. That's out of the question. Even though it's Halloween season.
Yeah, we're not going there with that
zombies.
again. We're not going there again.
I don't care for werewolves. You know, vampires. None of those movies. I don't watch them. I don't like them. You know.
Oh, I didn't know that Dave stole it. Oh, that's a whole different thing. Okay, Cryptocelluloid. I am a subscriber from Mr. Cinemayo. Oh, thank you. And this just popped up on my recommended. Thank you. I'd appreciate if you subscribe here as well. Subscribe to this channel as well. You know.
Yeah, look at that avatar. Take a look at that avatar, huh?
I love that. Well, that's my favorite movie in the Creature series. The Creature Walks Among Us. It's the third and last one where they take the creature from the water and cut off his gills and make him a land-dwelling creature, put a suit on him, a clothes on him, and he walks around like a monster. I love it.
You remember? Oh.
Daddy doesn't know anything about dating. Are you kidding me? He doesn't know anything. The first thing you should tell Richard is to spend money on her. The first thing.
Oh, you had a hot day, but she didn't show up. So you go to Pornhub, okay? You go to Pornhub, okay?
All right, so much for that garbage. No, I'm just kidding. But anyway, I know Jim is very big on Morrissey.
Hey, you remember in the Monsters when the creature from the Black Lagoon shows up at the house there? That was funny as hell. And all the water comes out of his gills.
Yeah, it's called Uncle Gilbert.
Yeah. That's some funny stuff, man. I'll tell you. And I can't. Some of the special effects, like when Eddie's in the chair, and all of a sudden the chair goes up into the ceiling, and the ceiling comes out. I wonder how they do that, because you don't see no strings and nothing like that. It's amazing, you know. And there was no AI or anything like that back then, you know. I like Morrissey. That guy is very talented. He was with the Smiths.
I saw them on the Monster Squad a long time ago. I think in a movie theater. Yeah, I didn't like that. I didn't like Monster Squad. No way. By the way, I have to say, this is a tradition it's become. I'm coming home, I've done my time. I've got to know what isn't mine. It's a shout out, to a certain person out there. You know who you are, and I mean that with all respect.
Yeah, and the music. He plays some great music. I love the music that he plays. He has great taste in music.
Well, here's the thing. Whenever there's moments, and not many, where I actually hear anything over there, some of the songs that I hear are pretty good. I got to give you that.
Yeah, I like them.
But, it's just way too much, stuff going on. It's like long and long and long. I don't even bother. But I just picture like Clownfist sitting on there with a doobie. He's on the bus and he's going over to look at the yellow ribbon around the old oak tree. That's what I picture,
Funny stuff. Yeah.
AGK.
But some people tuning in, we lost the Ace Frehley from Kiss.
Yeah. By the way, we talked about him already. By the way, Cryptocelluloid. Do you go over? Do you do my movie chat? I have a movie chat over there every Monday night on my movie channel. It's Monday. I don't know if you're. It's usually Monday night around 7 p.m. Eastern. Yes, that's what we're talking. I got to admit, like I say, I don't go over there. Once in a while, people say, you don't believe me. You probably think, yeah, he's over there all the time. No, I'm not. Okay. But a lot of times people say, oh, you got to hear this. This was funny. Oh, you got to hear what this was. And they say, look at this, that, whatever. Look at 48 minutes in or whatever. And it's pretty, and sometimes I got to say, there's some funny things. I said from day one, I said the guy has a sense of humor and he's funny. Remember? Well, the first video that I saw was destroying Pipes of Peace, which I thought was really funny. Because Pipes of Peace is not one of the best McCartney albums, at least in my opinion. However, that routine got to be everything. Just hate on everybody and everything, and I don't know, it just wasn't funny anymore to me.
Yeah, he's creative.
Oh, I'm sorry, I don't remember your name. Why don't I remember your name? I don't think so because those guys aren't really into horror. Now, there are a couple of people that are into horror. One of them is my friend Aaron. I've done some videos with Aaron Badgley, who's into horror, and there's a new guy, Alan, that I'm thinking of bringing up. So.
Yes, sir.
I was wondering, that guy Polygram, he does wear a cap. For me personally, the guy's got he's got a lot of good information. Don't get me wrong. But the thing is, I just find him a little dry, a little dull. Personally, but he's got good information. I'm not taking that from him. Obviously, he got good information. What do you think he wears that cap? Anybody, you ever guess why he wears a cap? He's a robot and he's bald. Oh, well, that could be the reason. He's very well polished, in my opinion. Oh, see, there's a lot of people like that. They're very good. A lot of information, very slick production. If that's your kind of thing, go for it. And a lot of people do, obviously. Okay, I got you. Oh, he wears the cap to keep all the knowledge inside his head. Oh, that's why. Bum, 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 ba-dum, ba-dum. Bum, 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 bum. Standing on the corner, watching all the girls go by. And of course, the classic "Young Girl." Sing it, Danny.
Get out of my mind. My love for you is way out of
line.
time.
Line. Try it again with the whole line. It's way out of line.
No, I'm not singing no more. I can't sing. Joke is the chuckle. What's all these comments? Come on. Yeah.
There are comments. What, you get your read?
We want to talk about your disease.
You should have got more movie quests besides guests. I wish. I keep telling Mike, who got a great channel, Gray 1951, to come up, but he's shy. He won't do it.
Yeah, the problem is this time of year, the month of October, Tim and Tom really don't know horror. Tim doesn't watch horror. He likes the old movies, and Tom is really not into it. And you only have Joe, so it's very difficult,
Well, like I say, there's two guys. I did some shows. If you look up on my movie channel, Mayo's Monster Mash, I talked to this guy, Aaron Badgley. He's into horror, but we didn't do that many shows. There's another guy, Alan Rosenberg. I'm going to try to get him on. He's a horror guy. He likes horror. Yeah, do you like Lady Gaga?
Some songs I do. Yeah.
Oh, a few songs, huh, Danny? You want to borrow my card? My little...
What's that? Poker Face? I think Poker Face is one. And I also like Pink. There's a person that,
Well, I like that song about "Get This Party Started." That's all I need.
yeah, there's other songs. Yeah, those two artists are pretty good. You know, Lady Gaga, she's very very talented, and I don't like some of the get-ups. I remember one time she was wearing an outfit made out of meat. You know, it was beef. You know, that's kind of gross and stuff like that. But she's a pretty girl, and
Yeah.
yeah, some of the music is good.
I'm coming up, so you better get this party started.
Yeah, she did other
They'll be
songs.
kissing my ass. Yes, time to get this party started. It's a great song, man. See, I like newer music. Was that the '90s?
Yeah, you know when I found it, you know, but when I sit in the car waiting for Robin, she goes in the store, ShopRite and stuff like that. You know, she goes in the store. I put 92.7, you know, or 101.5 WPDH, okay, and they play songs, you know. 92.7 is like more alternative and stuff like that, you know, and they play songs, but they don't tell you after the song or before who the artist is, you
Yeah,
know.
that sucks.
And you like the song, you know, and you want. I want to put it on my Facebook so I can play it anytime I want, you know. And it was this one song.
Sorry, wait a minute, wait a minute. Okay, go ahead. I was going to cut you off when you said, "Oh, this is one song." So what was it? I want to answer this.
Anyway, anyway, you know what I did for 92.7? I looked up the radio station, and they have a playlist for the songs they do for the day. So I
Great,
went through each one. The songs, you know, Red Hot Chili Peppers. I know the artist that.
Danny. Why do you do this every time when you come on here? Why do you go on and on? You do this all the time.
Now I was invited here. You knew I was coming.
Now, I was invited here. You knew I was coming.
Yeah, sure.
That's right.
Well, anyway, back to this again. I do not like. I love the. I like the Kinks. Love the. I love the Kinks. I don't like this song. I don't. I hate it. I just don't like it. I don't know why. And Joan Jett even does it, and I hate it. So just to show you,
Oh, I like the song. It's about the stars in Hollywood.
I know what it's about. I don't like the song.
Oh, come on, Joe. Come on. You don't know anything
We
about
have to
music.
talk about Dean Stockwell Zombie. You know, we had this guy. He looked all pasty. This guy looked like they used to come on here and do movie shows. But he looked very pasty. He looked like Dean Stockwell Zombie. I think it was. I think that was what people called him. And I have to tell you, he turned out to be. He was all right. I thought, but then I think like I was a little too crude for him at times, or a little birdie told me something like that he didn't, sometimes I forget what the term was, not crude, I don't know, short temper, short fused or something. What's too bad, that's my style. Goodbye. Happy to say goodbye to you. Where else we got here? Oh yeah, I hear you. Give me a check it. I don't know anything by The Cure.
Wait a minute. I love the Cure. Okay. And I don't know, Richard James, if you go to Rachel's live stream, she has a person on there, David Donnelly, okay, that worked with the Cure. He's a guitar player. He's in England. Very nice fella, David. He knows the Cure. And I love the music. It's not. I don't think it's for Joe, but I love it. The last album that came out with that, they had a song on the radio from that album was fantastic. I don't know the name of the song, the name of the album, but I like the Cure. The guy's a little just weird and stuff like that, but he's pretty cool. See if I'm right.
Beep, 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 beep.
There you go. Yeah, David Donnelly, he's a very nice fella. He goes on Rachel's Ghost 2, and I love the guy, you know, and he met Keith Richards and all kinds of people. You know, he's over there across the pond. You know, very nice fella. Yeah, yeah, I love the Cure. You know, Joe. Joe, if he heard a couple songs, he would know who they are.
Oh,
Yeah,
I'm sure.
yeah, because they've been on the radio and they've been around a long time. You know, they have 99% of the albums are great.
Da, 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 da. So I'd like to know where you got the notion.
Talk about yeah, the 70s, the best era of music. 70s, I like 80s too. You know, I like
You know,
synthesizers and all that crappy. You know,
1955 to 1985. That's it.
yeah.
The
Well, no,
period.
no, it can go up a little bit more than that, but it depends on you know, it's your opinion. But like I said a million times, the best bands come from England. You know, they come across here to America, and to me, they're the best. You know, all the bands from England. They leave there. They leave there because of high taxes. You know, and I think George Harrison says it well. A tax man. You know, they're heavily taxed in England. You know, they take everything, so they come
Right.
to America to make
He
the
had more
money.
money than me, the bastard.
Yeah, well, you know, it's a lot of hard work. You know, being in a band, it's not
I don't
easy.
think so. I don't think so.
Yeah, yeah, it's
I don't
many
think
long
so.
hours. You know, they got
Give
to
me a
practice.
break. Give me a break. You come and go as you please. You record when you want. You don't if you don't. Give me a break.
No, no, most of them have contracts, and they got to come out with an album every year or every 2 years, whatever the
The
contract.
smallest violin playing for the musicians. The world's smallest violin.
Yeah, Jim Donnelly, he knows Robert Smith. That's the vocalist for the Cure. Yeah, that's the name. I couldn't think of it right away. You know, yeah, he knows him. You know, yeah, Dave is a fine fellow, good lad.
I can't believe you didn't like that odd couple joke. You didn't even listen to the whole thing because it was it's great. Don't you know what? You don't even hear the punchline at the end of it. Don't you know what that's about?
They
That's just a
are
great scene.
annoying to me.
That was a great scene, man.
Oh man,
Anybody there that knows the Odd Couple, I sent Danny the wonderful scene. You have to know the Odd Couple when somebody calls the house and it's a radio station calling if they want to find an opera buff who knows about opera. Now Felix knows about all about opera. So Oscar answers the phone out of the shower. He's like got a towel around him. He's got shaving cream on his face, and he gets on there and he's talking about. You have to see it, and exchange and every question Felix is answering. He goes, he doesn't know. He goes, Felix, who was the lead in the La Traviata? Lucia. And he goes, Lucia. Really? Is that right, Felix? You won opera albums. And he goes, I probably already have them. What's the next question? Okay. La Tratta del Destino, also by Verdi. I can't do it. Something else by I can't do it. You have to see it. Everybody knows the routine if you see the Odd Couple. And at the end, he asks like 5 questions. Felix answers all the questions. And he goes, really? You're kidding? Felix, I just won a car. And he said, like, he won a car. Felix answered all the questions. It's a great routine.
yeah, okay.
Ramoga, I got to tell you, I love you, but I'm getting really tired of this. I got to tell you, I really am. And from this point on, I'm going to do this. I'm going to just get rid of it. I'm going to delete every time you ask about the outer limits because I'll let you know when I get the outer limits, which probably never happened. But if I do, you will be the second to know, probably.
I grew up with that show, The Outer Limits. I lived in Manhattan. I was a little kid, and it wasn't as scary. The intro wasn't as scary as the Twilight Zone. You got 4 notes there. You know that give you chills. You know. But the Outer Limits, it was a good show. I think Joe would love it. You know,
I probably would, but I'm not
yeah.
going out of my way. It has to be cheap. If I find it for cheap, I'll try it.
Well,
Anyway, Jess Franco is a lousy director. He's one of the worst directors I've ever seen. And that's all I could say about him. Although, I mean, there's occasionally a movie or two. Count Dracula, known as El Conde Dracula, with Christopher Lee, is his best thing. I like what's the name of one of those Ilsa movies he did? The Wicked Warden, I think it's called, with Ilsa. Pretty nice nudity and stuff in that. But overall, I think he's pretty terrible. I don't care about the Smithereens, Beatles or not. How about you?
yeah, the Smithereens are good. They were around in the '80s. You know, I got a couple albums on vinyl by them. You know, yeah, they were pretty good. A lot of good bands out there. You know, too much music, too much. You could live 300 years and never listen to everything that you like. Even artists that you know. You know.
Wait, well, I didn't know this. I wouldn't mind getting those on a Blu-ray upgrade. Akino Lorb is my favorite company. Are you telling me this is a brand? Is it all of them though? I mean, there was Tigress of Siberia, Ilsa. What is it called? Ilsa, the Wicked Warden, Ilsa, Harem Keeper, the Oil Sheiks. Let me tell you, those are good movies, man. Let me tell you. We got a protest here. This is turning into a movie channel, and you can say it's not a protest, but it is.
Yeah, that's what happens. You know, it's either those Beatles there, you know, or it's movies that I never heard of or don't care for. You know, we're supposed to talk about our illnesses, our handicaps. You know, how many teeth we lost.
I have never seen Bruce McMouse, and I'm not in a hurry to either. You know, even as a guy that tries to watch everything Beatles related, I'm not really. I really don't care.
Never heard of it. Never heard of it. But, you know, Jim Carrey's making a comeback. You know, I know you don't like him, but I like him.
He could go jump in a freaking river for all I care about it.
He's doing the Jetsons. He's doing the Jetsons. The new Jetsons coming out.
Yeah, well, I could. Yeah, good for him. These guys are nothing.
That guy is great. That guy is great.
He had a lot to say about Charlton Heston, that idiot.
Who cares? Yeah.
He had a lot to say about that. And you know what gets me about it, too? One of he made this video against Charlton Heston. That's fine. That's your opinion. But he writes, Charlton Heston movies are no longer in demand. He says, meanwhile, every year the 10 Commandments is played. Every year Ben-Hur is played. Everybody knows Planet of the Apes. You have no classics or anything that could match those, Jim Carrey. Look, it went up. His blood sugar went up. That's the one. Shiva for the SS. All right. Thank you for letting me know about this. I'm going to have to look for those, and I'm going to have to get those.
Wait a minute. You don't buy 4K.
No, I don't care about 4K, but they're on Blu-ray.
Yeah, you
and
get both.
Right. Cryptocelluloid. It's also going to be Blu-ray in addition to 4K, right?
Yeah, you get both. You get both. Just like before, you got regular DVD and Blu-ray. It's the same thing. You get both. You know.
Heston was the head of the NRA for a while, but at the time he was, I don't think things were as crazy. Well, actually, they still were bad. You had Columbine and stuff, but I really don't care. That's got nothing to do with it, as far as I'm concerned. I'm not a gun fan. I've said this before. I don't mind saying I am a U.S. citizen, and I do believe in the right to bear arms to a point. That's the clue to a point, because it's not that I'm against that, the Second Amendment. It's just that I think we've gotten to a point now, which is obvious for all to see, that things have gotten so out of control when it comes to gun violence that something has to be amended. You got to take that amendment and maybe make it up to date and say maybe you can have a pistol in your house or something. Anyway, whatever. I don't know the answer. If anybody knew the answers, something would be done a long time ago.
Guns don't kill people.
No, I'm not going into this, you moron, with that. Yeah, I know all about it.
It's a fact.
You're a dummy, is what it is with that. Here we go again. I'm calling him a dummy.
Yeah, you have a pistol on your table. It's not going to levitate.
That's the stupidest freaking thing. Yeah, of course it's not going to shoot itself. But when you get an idiot like the guy who's killed, say, just recently, Charlie Kirk, that idiot who wanted to kill him, right? He's able to get go over, get his grandfather's legally owned rifle and do it. That can't be. That can't be. No, the gun didn't just get itself, but it was easy access for this crazy man.
You got to remember. You got to remember. Just in the United States, there's 325 million people. You think everybody's going to be normal?
I think you have to ask yourself the question, and it's true. Why doesn't England why don't they have that in England as gun murders to that extreme? That's all you got to say.
Even the police are not allowed to carry guns in England. Yeah.
Well, I don't approve of this either, you know, and I didn't approve of that either. I'll be honest with you. No, he wouldn't. I remember something like that. He wasn't even willing to wait. But you have to remember a couple of things about Heston. Number one, he was very liberal for the first half of his life. You know, he marched in Martin Luther King rallies, and he was a very liberal. And then as time went on, he went the other way. But I don't like Charlton Heston for his politics. I couldn't care less about his politics. I like Charlton Heston for his movies and his persona and his, you know, all the roles he did. That's why I like Charlton Heston. So,
that's too fun. Chauncey, I'm going to a concert tonight. Okay, it's a cover band for ELO at the Paramount in Middletown. You know, a nice theater. You know, me and Robin are going, and my niece and her husband are going to the Paramount tonight. I think it's around 8 o'clock. Well, I'm not sure. We have to.
Yeah, but he won't go see his favorite band, Oasis. But anyway, be that as it may, I think Andy Warhol's Frankenstein is a piece of crap. It's not worth you. But people are different. Some people think that it's known because of the nudity and stuff, or the outrageous stuff. So you might want to see Andy Warhol's Frankenstein is really called, the real title is called Flesh for Frankenstein. Flesh for Frankenstein is the real title. In America, they called it Andy Warhol's Frankenstein. As far as the Dracula goes, I think the Dracula film is better. If I was going to only watch one, I'd pick the Dracula one. The Dracula one is called Blood for Dracula. You know, Blood for Dracula, but it's called Andy Warhol's Dracula. You know, well, that's the thing too. Can't fix crazy or mental illness. I'll just say a little bit about that too. A lot of people on the other side say, "Well, you got to get more mental help. You got to take care of people that are ill. Don't blame the gun. Try to get more mental health." And I say that's ridiculous because you're trying to be practical, right? You can't possibly wave a magic wand and cause all mentally crazy people to suddenly not be crazy anymore. There's always going to be crazy people. You also can't force everybody who's mentally ill and everybody who wants to hurt somebody. You can't force them to go to treatment. You can't say everybody go to therapy. That's not practical. The only practical way is to try to make it near impossible for them to get it, which I don't know how you do that. If they could have done it, they would have done it. There's no answer to this. I'm sorry to say, you know, my prediction, I should say, is that you can never wipe that problem out, sadly.
Well, you make it very hard to get the bullets.
You know? Any of that stuff. They don't even do that. The people that are the gun nuts out there, and as I say, I'm saying that as somebody who is a fan of the Second Amendment, who is a supporter. But the ones that are really extra gun nutty, they don't even want to compromise. They don't want to hear it. No. They won't even like meet halfway. They're like, no, we want to buy whatever we want, always available, as easy as it is. No, there's got to be something. Otherwise, we're going to continue the way we are, you know. And I agree with the transparent one. He says all citizens should have the right to defend themselves. And I do agree with that. But now we're in 2025. It's not whatever year it is. It's not 1885 anymore. Or I don't know, 1776 or whatever. It's now a different world. And it's gotten way out of control. So something's got to be done. But that's it. What is that something? Does anybody know? I don't. I like that. The U.S. trying to sort their gun problem is akin to putting toothpaste back in the tube. And this whole thing about knives, let me tell you, people say, well, if you get rid of guns, they'll use knives. And I'm like, let me tell you something. Be honest. If let's say you're in a shopping mall or a supermarket and some maniac comes in with I don't know what they're called, AR-15, like a super automatic weapon. Would you rather face that, or would you rather somebody come in with a knife where he could be jumped on or subdued or something? You got a better chance surviving a knife wielding maniac in a supermarket than the other, I believe. Thoughts? They are losing their rights in England, very left and right. Sad. Yeah, I hear a lot of things, bad things are going on here. That's why I think the transparent ones leaving England.
Yeah, it's a shame.
Well, yeah, of course. Danny needs to see Oasis, and he won't spend the money. That's exactly what his wife said earlier. So
I don't know where they are now. I don't know if they're still in America or where they went. That would be Oasis. I don't have a clue. But the arena was packed. You know.
Well, this whole thing again with like I said, I gave my thoughts the best I could. They're just my opinion. Everybody's got their opinion. There shall not be infringed. Look, I don't even want to think of a horrible scenario, but and I was going to do a horrible scenario you could relate to, Robert P. God forbid your loved ones were attacked and killed, God forbid.
You're not going to stop school shootings and
sugarcoat them a little bit.
Yeah. You're not going to stop it. You're not going to stop. It's impossible. Impossible.
Did I like the Power to the People box? Mark, I'm sorry, I'm not going to go. I could simply just say yes or no. The answer is yes. All right, I'll say it. But I did a video on it. I did several videos on it. But yes, I did. And, I told things I did not like about it. There's things I did not like about it. I was clear on that. But I did like it overall. They left America already, Danny, going to Japan.
Ah. Yeah.
Well, here we go again. I'm sorry. I don't believe in everybody. And this thing about the Wild West, no. I don't believe everybody should be running around packing a rod because there's a lot of fights, a lot of road rage, a lot of moments, anything in movie theaters. Like I told the person the other night, I said, look, say everybody in that movie theater was packing a rod. I don't know if that's what you mean, carrying. But say I went in the movie theater and I said, will you stop talking, please, during the whole movie? Right away, takes out a rod on me. Because people would lose their temper. People would be drunk. People would be, not thinking. They may be impulsive. No. That's not the answer either. I know that. I thought I saw an ad for a George Harrison tribute concert in Danny's area.
What? In my area? Oh, I don't know.
Do you think there'll be a box set of Double Fantasy and Milk and Honey? I don't know. I usually don't like them putting like two albums together in one box. But in the case of Double Fantasy and Milk and Honey, I actually wouldn't mind that. I think that'd be a good idea to put those two together. I think he's really, really a pain in the ass. Even before he made those stupid comments that he made that I talked about. I did like the movie The Mask. His kind of crazy, over the top, insane style was perfect for that character in The Mask. I saw Blink 182 a few weeks ago, and they ended the show with One More Time. Perfect.
Yeah, they probably would. They probably would. I don't think he's joking. Yeah,
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
They play by me. Bethel's close to me, where they had the Woodstock Festival in 1969. It's only like 40 minutes from here, if that. And they played there. And I'm pretty sure that would be a song that they end the concert with. Great song. It's something to think about.
As far as this goes, am I going to the Rubber Soul Fest at Asbury Park? Right now, there's a 85% chance I'm going, because I might be going with my friend Mikey Arugula, who I'm going to see later on today, this morning. I'm going to meet him for breakfast. I'm going to do a video. I'm going to meet Anthony there. Now, the thing is, also, guess what? Later on today, I'm interviewing. I have a little interview talk with Ken Womack. Ken Womack, who is going to be organizing this Rubber Soul thing. So I want to help him out. I'm going to help him promote it, and I'm going to put it on my channel, talking about it with him. So that should be up later today, I would think. How's that? It's going to be 10 years since we lost Bowie.
Yeah, he's playing it. He's playing it because I always tell you how I measure time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sure. Come January, he'll be gone 10 years, a whole decade already. Yep. He died in 2016. I think the beginning of January. I think maybe the second week or the end of the first week. And we're up to almost 10 years.
I have to get my questions ready for him too. I gotta get things. I gotta plan that. I gotta have much time.
Okay. I would have been 59 years old. Now I'm 69. Before you know, I'll be 79. Shit.
You're freaking old, Danny.
Yeah, I'm old. Yeah.
You know, Danny's so old that the other day he walked past the cemetery and two guys ran after him with shovels.
You know why they put lock and gates at cemeteries?
I forget. I know this answer. It's a
People
funny
are
thing.
dying to get in.
Yeah, yeah.
Not even funny, but you know. Look at my Shelby girl. He said, "When you bring me, Shelby girl? When you bring Daddy?"
Oh, Shelby's a cutie.
Yeah, she's the one that had all the problems. She cost me $941 on Monday.
Look at that, how nice and quiet she is, and
She's a
gentle.
good girl. She brings me her baby. That's her baby. That's one of her babies.
I have a heart. I'd love that dog. That'd be nice if I had a dog like that. But I don't need Lola.
Lola's Lola's outside because Robin went next door, so she waits outside.
Yeah.
Now she's back.
Oh, I'm back, baby. I'm back. Oh, you're not still on, are you?
Yeah, I'm on. No problems with the internet.
It's not going to be much longer. Don't worry, because I got to get off in maybe another 8 minutes or so.
Yeah, no problems with the internet. I had severe problems with the internet last night. I said I can't even get in touch with Joe if it doesn't come on. You know, reset itself. You know, he's gonna think that I overslept or something else. You know, Joe.
I paid her.
You paid her? Good. So I woke up this morning and the modem was all green, and believe it or not, it's working perfect. But tonight, I'll go off again. Out of the blue, it'll just turn red.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do know the song "Girl" that Davy Jones sings. No, it's not. It's not the Rubber Soul song. And yeah, I remember that episode of the Brady Bunch. Sure. Sure.
Yeah, good morning, everybody.
Well, gonna be only a few more minutes, folks, and we're gonna be going. I gotta go here.
Just tuning in. If you don't know, Ace Frehley from Kiss has passed away.
We talked about it already a bunch of times. Come
yeah,
on,
but new people come in. Maybe you didn't hear. You know,
everybody knows Ace has passed away.
And then he had a blood bleed.
There you go.
I
Hematoma.
hate to hear that, man.
Yeah. If he wouldn't have fell, he might be still alive today. Look at that, a fall. You know, just like the guy from America's Funniest Videos, or what's that one there with Stamos?
I'm tired of this gloom and doom with him. Anyway, as far as the Invisible One says, I'm sick of Rubber Soul. It's become unbearable with all this remix talk. Fair enough. But in all fairness, try to understand what I'm telling you. You just say you're sick of everything. and you hate everything, and everything's worthless and stupid and not good. And if that's the case, it's as bad as the other guy, Kenny, that always loves everything, right? It goes the same way.
Huh?
You know, it's like, Shelby is so sweet.
Oh, thanks, Betty Lane.
Like if the transparent one had said once in a while, I gotta admit, this one, I like that one. This was a good one. But Paul has a new song out, or I like this. This was a.
Yeah, I talked to Debbie already.
I was a little late on the button. The button doesn't work as fast. I pressed it. I got there, but for some reason, there's some kind. I gotta get a new mouse. Look. If you could see this. See the padding on there. Corners, there's padding there. This one here is missing. This came off. There's no padding, so it doesn't move right.
No, but I think so.
Oh, see, transparent one says Frankenstein and Bride of Frankenstein are brilliant. You see, you ignore my positivity. That's true about 1% of the time, but I'm not talking about horror movies either, mind you. I'm talking about specifically, say, solo Beatles later on. I'm not talking either about the early, so I'm not talking about Imagine or something like that. I'm talking about later. All right, well, play with snakes. Oh my God, I don't know what that's all about. The problem is I don't know which point you're saying. When you say very good point, I don't know which one you mean.
Easy, good girl.
That's Baba. I don't know what happened to him.
Oh, easy.
Smoke, drink, good. Enjoy the ELO tribute, Danny. What did you get? You win like free tickets or something?
No. I had to pay for them.
How much it cost?
$87 each.
You spent that kind of money?
Yeah, sure.
Wow.
You're not going to see a concert everywhere.
Yeah. Thank you, Dennis.
We hope we'll have a good time.
I can't believe it that he spent that kind of money. Can you believe, folks, that Danny has actually admitted that he spent $80-something?
Yo, watch somebody come in with a rod tonight.
Oh, please. We don't even fucking talk like that, for real.
Hey, Joe got nothing to say.
Ridiculous. Ridiculous.
You never know. So if you don't see me anymore, Joe, it's nice knowing you.
Oh man.
No.
I've seen a lot of footage of Richie singing things, but I haven't seen it lately. I have to see that. Is it up there? I gotta check that out. Transparent one says the blind hermit scene is iconic in Bride of Frankenstein. Yeah, I agree with that. I didn't know his mom's channel. I didn't know his mother had a channel. I didn't know that. Well, anyway, I think it's time to go. So thank you, everybody, for being here. Everybody, appreciate you in the Peanut Gallery. Thank you for showing up in the Peanut Gallery, right, Danny? It's called Peanut Gallery, right?
No, you don't call it. No, it's your audience.
And thanks for Robin making her appearance in the background.
Thank you, guys. You all have a wonderful day.
And then I'm forgetting anybody else. Oh, yeah, Danny. Thanks, Danny, for joining. I'm glad your internet held up.
Yeah, thank you, Joe. I love everybody.